Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now as we know by now, Derek Chisora and David Haye have gone their separate ways as manager and fighter. Now it also does look like Derek Chisora will secure a rematch with Joseph Parker, which is great for him because he felt like he was hard done by last time around. So it will give him the opportunity to get back in there with Joe Parker. And of course he's going to be hoping he can get more out of this one. Now David Higgins, manager of Joe Parker, explained that David Haye jumped ship before Joe Parker knocks him out. So of course he believes his guy can get the stoppage this time around. And that was part of the reason why David Haye decided to leave. Now, I don't really believe that he thinks that that is true. I think that that is kind of just mind games. I mean, Dave Higgins does do that because Joe Parker won't. Joe Parker isn't someone who's going to try and get into the head of his opponent, but we've seen Dave Higgins try and do it a couple of times with Anthony Joshua, with also Hughie Fury, when he was talking about how they voided a contract or something like that at a press conference that he wasn't even really supposed to be attending, or I guess he could have if he wanted, but apparently he wasn't going to show up. And he came in through the doors shouting at them, saying that they had voided the contract. So he does do that for his fighter because, as I said, Joe Parker won't. Nevertheless, there is a great possibility that we do get the rematch, and for fight fans I think this is brilliant. Because the first one was really entertaining. I mean, Derek Chisora brought the heat, Joe Parker tried to stick with him at times, was unable to at times. But the cleaner work was coming from Joe Parker when it comes to boxing and using his abilities. Having said that, Derek Chisora was landing hard and often, especially down to the body. So you would think that Derek Chisora could have gotten something from that first fight, even if it was just a draw. So he is going to be confident going in that he can get something from this one. And Joe Parker is hoping, I would imagine, to go one step further to at least get a unanimous points decision and let it be known that he beat Derek Chisora, not have any question marks around that, not have anyone after the fight saying, you know what, I reckon Chisora could have taken that or could have gotten a draw. Next time he will want it to be definitive. That is what will be motivating Joe Parker to take the rematch, and I do believe we are going to get an epic fight. I don't see how it can go any other way. I believe it will be better than the first one, and the first one was quite entertaining. I actually watched it back only a couple of days ago, and to be honest I enjoyed it just as much second time as I did first time, so it was a good fight. Can Joe Parker stop Derek Chisora? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if he possesses the kind of punching power that is required to stop someone like Chisora. Were there any moments in the first one that could indicate that is possible? He did back Derek Chisora up a few times, but that was mainly through accumulation, and there wasn't one single punch that landed where it looked like Joe Parker could go after it and step on the pace to stop Chisora. It was pretty evenly matched. I mean, Joe Parker did have the neater work, but Chisora was putting it on him. It wasn't necessarily a technical performance from Derek Chisora. He didn't need to be that way, because the thing is about Joe Parker is he is someone who would prefer to box. So what Chisora done was decided to drag him into a fight he didn't really want to be in. And that seems to be the case with Joe Parker when he gets in with the likes of Chisora and Dillian Whyte. They both have dragged him into fights that he would otherwise rather navigate with his boxing ability, but he can't always do that. And to be honest, when he's in there with a Junior Farr or a Hughie Fury, look at the kind of fight we get. So he does always look better when a fighter does that to him. So that's why I do want to see the rematch. But that being said, I'm not entirely convinced that Joe Parker can stop Derek Chisora. He was down himself in the first round, stunned by a shot. Joe Parker has a good chin. Still, he's been dropped by Derek Chisora before, so Chisora will take confidence from that. He can hurt Joe Parker, he can back him up, he can make it tough for him in there. So maybe Chisora is looking at this as well, thinking, I'm not going to leave it up to the judges next time, because he felt he got a rough deal the last time around. So in the second fight, what's he going to be doing? Is he going to be looking to get a KO? And then the judges don't even come into it. And if Joe Parker is looking to step on the gas and stop Derek Chisora, then imagine the kind of contest we are going to see, because Andy Lee actually said to Joe Parker in the first one, in between rounds, he said, "You're the bigger, stronger man, and essentially make it count." In other words, so I mean, Andy Lee does want Joe Parker to step on it to push Derek Chisora back. So they're going to meet head on, and that means it will make for a very entertaining heavyweight contest, much better than the first one, and the first one was really, really good. So guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that David Haye jumped ship before Chisora gets KO'd by Joe Parker? That is the belief of Dave Higgins, although he did say that Joe Parker was lucky to get the victory over Chisora because Chisora did push him to the final bell. So it will be interesting to see what we get, and it will be interesting to see what Chisora we get now that he has parted ways with David Haye. What will the differences be? He does have experience in his corner, so that will count for a lot going into this rematch. Let's hope they get it done. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also leave a like and grab that subscribe button. Thanks guys.